not sending flowers, not opening the door, not doing the things we're supposed to do.
Right.
Wanting sex does not make us pigs.
Okay. All right. So not pigs for, yeah, but hold on a minute. What did I read earlier that I wanted to debate a little bit with Ron? It says here 9 secrets to get more women, steamier sex, and better relationships. Right?
That's right.
Is the ultimate to have many women or one woman?
Oh, one woman. It's about monogamy. Generally speaking, now that doesn't mean that men aren't going to read the book that are looking for a lot of women and a lot of sex.
Right. I think you're right. I mean, so did you? Every once in a while, I will get these emails. I don't know if you get them, Robin, but maybe they target men. Mm-hmm. But I will get these emails trying to get me to subscribe to something that's guaranteed.
Oh, I do. I get those,
I'm not going to finish the sentence.
I'm a woman.
Really?
I get those. Oh, yeah. They're.
I don't think.
Does this book fit into that category? Is this book going to help those guys?
I don't think there's any guarantee, but understanding the traits of the 27 traits that I identified through hundreds of interviews of women that need sex is for sure going to increase your odds of getting sex. And for me, I was dating, and I wanted to know, did they just want to ride in the Ferrari, or did they really want sex?
And now, is riding the Ferrari, is that a euphemism, or did you really have a Ferrari?
I really had a Ferrari.
Okay, that was a euphemism.
And I was dating, and everybody wants to ride in a Ferrari, but I'm looking for a meaningful relationship, and a lot of sex in that relationship.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fair to say. So that's how this started.
That's how it started. I started interviewing people. It was going to be a relationship book, and then when I discovered the Holy Grail, I took that off.
So who did you interview? What people?
Well, hundreds of people.
Was it women?
And men.
Oh, women and men.
Lots of women and men. Lots of women and men. And I found lots of dissatisfied men. Lots of men that said they weren't getting enough sex. All the women said they were providing plenty of sex. So there's a huge disconnect.
Okay. So your conclusion was what?
Well, I think the men are not getting enough sex, and the women are misguided.
I like the report on the couple, Glenn and Kara. I thought that was very, very insightful into the fellow who was the nice guy and who really wanted to treat her with respect and love, and she just kind of didn't want anything to do with him, even though they dated. And
yeah, girls like bad boys. They say they want really sweet guys that send lots of flowers and chocolates. They really want bad boys.
I know. We hear this over and over again. And we do hear this. I don't know if it's true or not. But is it like the opposite of men? In other words, men always say, they want a woman who's just going to be very sexual. But the truth is, they want to marry a woman. Well, they want to marry a woman who's sexual also. But they want that woman to be what? How do you get through this conversation without saying the things you shouldn't be saying? But you know what I mean? Like the women want the bad guy, but they don't really want to marry the bad guy. Is that probably true?
No, I think they're not opposed to marrying the bad boy too. They don't want a bad boy that's too bad. They want a bad boy that isn't needy. For instance, a lot of guys get needy, and women don't like needy men.
You said you're 60. You said you were 60.
I'm 60. I was married 28 years.
Okay. Well, the only reason I'm asking your age again is because I wanted to make sure you remembered who Richie Cunningham is. So using people we can remember how they looked, could Richie Cunningham have actually done it, or a guy like him? Could he actually have had the bad boy look? Could he have done anything? Could Conan O'Brien have a bad guy look? Or was he always going to look,
Yeah, the way he does.
Like Howdy Doody. Are they always going to look like Howdy Doody?
I think it's a lot more than a look. It really is about not being needy and being very confident. They love a man that's confident. Mm-hmm. And everybody says, well, what does it mean, confidence? It means being willing to step up and pay the concierge $100 to get a good table and not have to wait in line. Because, that's kind of breaking a rule just a little bit.
Oh, that's me. But I don't have women flocking to me.
You also address the issue of menopause. That's another tricky area men have to get around.
Yeah, and we don't talk much about that on the radio because I'm not sure there's a lot of upside to talking about that. Mm-hmm. But I interviewed lots of men in their 50s that had gotten a divorce during that period.
Really? Why?
Well, because the women were hard to get along with. And in the book, I say that half of the women are in denial. It's never going to happen to me. It's not happening to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Of the other half that are willing to say, I'm in menopause and this is an issue, only half of them are willing to get treatment because of the risk and uncertainty surrounding the treatment. So that leaves 2.5 out of every 10 women really trying to get through menopause. And that's hard on a relationship.
Okay, so is this the book for married men as well as single men?
Absolutely. And a lot of guys, there's reviews on Amazon, and a lot of my close friends taking the book home and said, wow, Ron, we're having a lot of sex all of a sudden.
Okay, so give us a sample of what you're teaching them to do.
Well, I'm teaching the men to be more sensitive to the woman's needs, which is not sex, okay? But I think I know what's happened in these cases with my friends, they took the book home, they laid the book down, and the women picked the book up and read part or all of it and realized that maybe they need to pick the pace up and that this was important. And everybody will tell you if they've been married for very long that their sex life's not what they want it to be, or almost everybody.
Oh, so just getting the book is all you really need. Just get the book, leave it on the coffee table.
Yeah.
One of my buddies called me one morning. He said, "You're my hero." I laid it on the kitchen table. I was on the phone. She came in. She started looking at it. Next thing you know, we were back to the bedroom, getting undressed. We were already ready to go.
So why? Why did the women read the book and suddenly decide that we're going to change their behavior?
Because I think they realize that it's important and that they have to do something about it, and everybody has to do something about it. Nobody wants to hold out the olive branch. God bless the women that are willing to hold out the olive branch and start it. That's one of the traits, by the way, is the woman will start sex. Most women won't start it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so is the woman doing it so does she read your book and say, oh, I didn't realize my husband was so unhappy, I'm going to start going to bed with him now? What the heck is that about? I mean, or is she saying, wait a minute, you mean if I have sex with him, he's going to take out the garbage? Okay, I'm doing it.
I think a little of both, but more of the first one.
Really? So did it change for you? I mean, is everything okay with you now?
Well, I'm in a committed relationship, have been for 6 years, have a great girlfriend, and the sex is great, and no issues, absolutely no issues.
And do you live with her?
Yes, she lives with me. We live together.
Okay, so you take out the garbage. What?
Yeah. When I have to make her happy.
Okay.
I do like the analogies that you have in the book, and that between interviewing men and women, you came up with the term the Holy Grail, that you found it.
Yeah, because I think all men are looking for a woman that will provide lots of sex. Virtually all men. You can't put everybody in that bucket, but most men want women that will provide a lot of sex.
Okay, and so what is the Holy Grail? I'm confused.
The Holy Grail is the list of the 27 traits of women that need sex, not want it. It's an important distinction. Need. Men need sex. If they don't get enough, they get irritable. Women, on the other hand, maybe can go months without sex. This group of women, the ones that 1 in 5, I call them 20%ers, need sex. They have a little bit too much testosterone.
Okay, and so you go through this list of 27 things, and you kind of hold it up to the women you're interested in and say, oh, okay, Gladys fits these 27.
Well, I think the more of the 27 traits you discover as you begin dating, the more likely you are to have a lot more sex. And not everything on the list is suitable for your radio show, perhaps, but
no.
I'll give you another one. She likes to be naked. Most women don't like to be naked. They have a diggle, a place that they don't like. A scar.
Really?
This woman likes to be naked all the time.
Robin is surprised. So
I am.
Yeah, and you think that's about, oh my God, I'm going to have a lot of sex. It's always going to be naked. No, that's not what it's all about.
Maybe you start dating at a nudist club. Obviously, everybody there likes to be naked.
Yeah, it's about her confidence. she has confidence in her body.
Well, I really like the part of the pretty girl syndrome as well, and that you talk about cell phones with selective text and voice options. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a pretty much a whole chapter on pretty girl syndrome because there's a lot of them out there, and that's girls that are built so good and they're so beautiful they just think all the men ought to worship them, and they don't have to provide sex. They don't have to. They're going to get what they want just because they're beautiful. And I talk about the selective options on the phone. Their battery just happens to be dead at that time. They can't return a call or return a text.
But they forget, though, that they will start aging. And once they start aging, that's not going to be the case anymore. But in their mind, they think it should be, and they're wrong.
That's absolutely correct. Because in the end, being beautiful, and I can tell you this, I dated some really beautiful women. But it won't sustain a really robust relationship. For me, at least, I won't say.
All right. Well, let me tell you my thought on this. By the way, I've always said that the whole pretty woman syndrome is a big mistake for men, and we are subject to being attracted to very pretty women, and then find out that she could be the right one, or she might not. But pretty has nothing to do with it. My litmus test is not how well I'm attracted, but how. If she suddenly became a man, would I still be friends with her? That was always my litmus test. Would I be friends with this person if this was a guy? And if the answer is no matter how pretty she is, then it's not going to work out. But if you're going to have fun with somebody, if you're going to be a friend of somebody and want to do things together, then chances are you've got a match.
Well, I think that's certainly a good one of the tests. But now you're overlooking that you want a lot of sex. Maybe, because most guys do want a lot of sex. So that's just one filter along the way.
Okay.
It's not going to matter if you can be a great friend if she won't provide sex.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm not going to disagree with that. All right, now I have a question for you. In the back of the book, you have these punch-out coins, circular coins that are perforated, and you can punch them out. Now, before I ask you to explain what you do with them, I have a publishing question for you. When you proposed this idea to the publisher, did they go, "Oh man"?
Well, it costs more to insert those coins in the book than it costs to print the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So those coins are expensive.
Yeah, I bet they are. Okay. Okay. So in the back, let me tell the listeners what the coins say. There's one coin that says electronic stores, car shows, exotic car, sports event. Dates at unexpected places, 30 days. What is that? I mean, how do you use these coins?
They're like a 12-step program, or I call them rehab tokens, but there's one page of coins for the women and one page of coins for the men. And they carry those coins in their pocket, and they think about what it says, and they can rub it with their thumb if they want to, but they are supposed to do what's on those coins. And that particular token says, do what he wants to do. Go to the car shows, go to the sporting events, whatever that means, for 30 days.
Okay, all right. So on her page, I didn't realize. So her page calls romantic, flowers, ice cream parlor, whatever she calls romantic. Okay, I got it. The other one, hidden notes, flowers, surprise text, emails, cards, shopping, massage, art gallery, zoo, jazz club, movies, engaging discussions, no TV. Okay, so that's the woman's page. The men's page is...
No, that's the men's page.
Oh, that's the man's page.
Oh. Yeah, he's supposed to be doing all that stuff for her because that's all that warm and gushy stuff the women want.
Oh, okay. So she gets her page is the one that says standing, petting, kissing, oral sex, naked meals, crazy sex, barbecue ribs, chicken fried steak. Oh yeah. Pretty girl syndrome.
Yeah, that's what she needs to do for him.
Okay. And where are you right now? Did I ask you that?
Where am I?
Yeah. Where?
Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, Fort Worth. Okay.
Yeah. I do like the part in the book where you do address the issue that women try to fix men, and I've always had a problem with that, because if a woman is with a fellow and she falls in love with him, once they get married or they're committed for life, she tries to change his personality and things, and that I don't agree with.
Well, and there's just so many women. I just interviewed so many women that are trying to fix their man. They're trying to be like a mama. They're trying to fix the guy. And, it's a wasted effort. A wasted effort. Let his mama fix him.
Yeah, right. She's got to be a hottie. She can't be his mom.
All right. So
find a guy that'll meet your needs, but don't be trying to change him to meet your needs.
So what? Give me some ideas of what a guy should not do.
Well, he shouldn't come home and announce that he wants sex right away.
Okay.
Or, I had a business partner one time that went home. He always had to tell the truth. So he said, "You know what? You're just too fat. Now let's talk about it."
Ooh. Well, are they still together?
Yeah, I think they are actually, but wow.
Sometimes honesty is the best.
Well, he thought honesty was the best, and that's a really good example of how honesty's not always the best.
It's very fascinating, too, that you began interviewing just men for the book, and then you realized it had to take a different term, so you did interview women also.
Well, I was interviewing men because I was going to write a relationship book. A divorce is a failure. I wanted to have a takeaway, and I figured out that I could share with other people, because this would be my 8th book. But I realized pretty quickly that nobody gives a crap about the relationship book. There's 100 of them published every day or whatever. And then, but in the interview process, I discovered, you're talking to a guy and he's talking about how he doesn't get enough sex. I said, well, did you ever have a woman that provided a lot of sex? Oh, yeah. In college, I had Sarah. And people will tell you anything if you ask them. And I said, well, was there anything different about Sarah? And he would say, yeah, Sarah liked to go to the XXX bookstore.
Oh, wow.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
So in the opening of the conversation, I thought the title meant that men are pigs because they always wanted sex, and you said that's not the case. That men are pigs because they don't sit and talk, they don't give flowers, and so if that's true, then why is being a pig a good thing?
Because if imagine what the world would be like if men didn't want sex and if men weren't the way they are.
Oh, okay. So men are pigs does mean they want sex.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, that was not what we said in the beginning. Okay. So men are pigs means men want sex.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily what makes them a pig. It's a bit of a conundrum, if you will.
A conundrum.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. The book is called Men Are Pigs, and that's a good thing. It is written by our guest. He's in Fort Worth, Texas. Ron Sturgeon is his name. And you have a website for the book?
menarepigsbook.com. It's available on Amazon and on Kindle.
I learned about PGS in your book. That was an eye-opener to me about the pretty girl syndrome that we addressed in the very beginning, because I think that's one of the things that really stuck with me in your book.
Well, and I think some of the book, so a lot of the things in the book we kind of knew, but nobody was really talking about. And intuitively, we kind of know about pretty girls, and yet guys always go for the pretty girls, which is stupid.
Is it better to meet a woman in a church where you go, or just go somewhere in a bar, or maybe to an auto show or something like that?
Or Bike Week?
Bike Week, yes.
Yeah. Well, of course, I think Bike Week's a great place if you like to bike and you want to meet somebody that bikes. There's a whole chapter about where to meet people and how to meet people and the internet, because the women say, "Oh my God, I'm going to meet a jerk or a freak or a bad guy." Like you can't meet them in church or at a bar. I mean, those guys go everywhere. Last time I checked.
Do you like those online dating sites, or is that kind of like nil in your book?
No, absolutely. I think you do have to use the online, because I'm a business guy. You got to put a lot of fish in the top of the funnel to get some decent ones out the bottom. And if you wait for the people you're going to meet at church or the grocery store, there's not going to be enough of them.
There could be a movie made from your book. There was a story some years ago. This goes way back, and the author of the book How to Pick Up Girls wrote the book with good intention. He really wanted to help guys not be lonely. That was his whole idea. And so he did some similar story to what you did, Ron. He interviewed women to find out, because he was a photographer's assistant, so he was exposed to all these beautiful models. So he was asking them, what would I need to say to be able to date you, you know? And so they were honest with him about the things that they would want to be told or said to. So then he wrote this whole book, and based on the results of those interviews, took it around, and every publisher turned him down. So he self-published the book, and it became a hit. And then Alan King, the comedian,
Yes.
found out not the book, but the story behind the book, and made a movie called How to Pick Up Girls, which is not about the book, but about how the book came to be. So that could happen for you too. So you're happy now? You divorced? The wife you had for 28 years, you divorced, or she divorced you?
We divorced each other, and we're best friends and see each other all the time still. I'm one of the few guys in America to get a divorce with no lawyer.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow.
So did she read the book, and did she say, wait a minute, I was doing this?
She has read the book. She thinks it's funny as heck.
How about your sons? How do they feel about that? Did they read it?
They think I'm the coolest dad in the world.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great relationship.
Well, you sound
have.
cool, Ron. You sound cool. Ron, thank you for being on our show. The book he mentioned is an ebook as well as a tangible book. I have a copy of the book. If I have a listener who would like it, give me a call. Oh, that was quick. It lit up right away, Ron. All right, let me give it away. Good morning. You've got the book. Who's this? Oh, nobody's saying. All right. Well, call me off the air then. We won't tell anybody that you got the book. All right. The website is menarpigsbook.com. We go on Amazon. We go on Barnes & Noble. Any other thing we need to leave our listeners with?
Nope. Have more sex.
There you go.
Ron, thank you.
Be naked.
Now, what would happen if you were in North Korea? That guy wouldn't even let you live a day if you brought this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guessing you'd have a little trouble with it.
Yeah. All right. Good morning. You've got the book. Who's this?
This is Janet.
Janet! A lady wants the book. Look at this. All right, Janet, you've got it.
Yes, I do. All right.
You've got it.
Thank you.
It'll be waiting for you. You're welcome. Don't forget we're at the mall now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we're at the mall. Ron, you are our fun guest. Thank you so much for bringing a fun interview to our show.
Okay, thanks for having me.
All right, fun interview. We'll take a little break and be right back.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Higher education can be the stepping stone to a better job or just expanding your creative thinking. Tune in Wednesday at 10 a.m. when we will have a roundtable discussion with representatives from Webster University, St. Leo University, College of Central Florida, and University of Central Florida. You'll learn about all the courses offered and the friendly, nurturing personnel that are there to assist you in reaching your goals. So don't miss this informative insight as to what's available to you right here in Ocala. Wednesday at 10 a.m. right here on WOCA, The Source.
What you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Crash diets can literally warp our body because when you gain the weight back, which most people do, by the way, it can end up in completely different places. You get more stains and discoloration from red wine, but white wine is more acidic, so it can etch tooth enamel and makes your teeth even more vulnerable to stains from dark-colored food. Kids who miss the most sleep have the hardest time solving math problems and have the worst memory skills.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Hi, Robin. You look tired.
I am. I've been running all over town.
Why? Why not drive?
I need to get this stupid document notarized.
Well, that's easy. You need personal service.
Duh, that's what I've been looking for.
You need to go see Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can notarize that for you, make copies, fax it wherever, or send it out in the mail. Heck, he can even scan it and email it for you.
Really? Where is he at?
2375 Northeast 25th Avenue, on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street. You can call him at 789-6683.
Personal Service Center. Thanks, Larry.
We're not just the horse capital of the world. Ocala Marion County is now the hoops capital, too, thanks to the 2013 national champion CF Patriots basketball team. The McDonald Allstate Agency brings you the reigning kings of the court all season long right here on WOCA. Coach Tim Ryan and the Patriots look to defend their national crown and get set to host the state tournament this coming spring. The McDonald Allstate Agency brings you CF basketball only on WOCA, the source.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Attention WOCA listeners, the travel industry is being turned on its head as over 50,000 individuals are saving 50 to 90% off the best internet prices. There is 10 simple steps to create your perfect vacation and save 50 to 90% off your travel expenses by visiting vacationresortnetwork.com. That's www.vacationresortnetwork.com. vacationresortnetwork.com.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Higher education can be the stepping stone to a better job or just expanding your creative thinking. Tune in Wednesday at 10 a.m. when we will have a roundtable discussion with representatives from Webster University, St. Leo University, College of Central Florida, and University of Central Florida. You'll learn about all the courses offered and the friendly, nurturing personnel that are there to assist you in reaching your goals. So don't miss this informative insight as to what's available to you right here in Ocala. Wednesday at 10 a.m. right here on WOCA, The Source.